He was perfect, because he didn't exist. Could love truly thrive without ever seeing a face? This is a story about a connection so deep, it defied reality. It all started on a rainy evening. Amelia found a neatly folded envelope on her doorstep. A name was written in delicate handwriting, but there was no return address. Inside, a letter began. I don't know you yet, but I already feel like I do. It was signed only with the initial A. She was hesitant at first, but a strange curiosity pulled her in. The letter didn't say anything extraordinary. It spoke of simple things, like the smell of morning coffee and the quiet beauty of rain-soaked streets. But underneath the simple words, there was a warmth, a tenderness that felt like a gentle hand on her heart. It stirred something deep inside her, a feeling she hadn't felt in a very long time. The next day, another letter appeared, and then another. Every night, Amelia found herself waiting, her ear tuned for the soft shuffle of paper being slipped under her door. It became her ritual, the most anticipated moment of her day. Days turned into weeks, and weeks bled into months. The letters became her world. He shared everything, his dreams, his fears, his deepest secrets. He wrote about the pains of his past, his love for quiet, contemplative moments, and the kind of profound love he yearned to find. His words were raw, honest, and filled with a vulnerability that invited her to do the same. So, Amelia responded. She poured her own life onto paper, her laughter, her hopes, her own stories and secrets. She wrote with an openness she had never shown anyone before. The act of writing to this mysterious stranger felt liberating, as if she were speaking directly to a soul who understood her without judgment. She found herself looking forward to writing her replies almost as much as receiving his. Slowly, without even realizing when it began, she fell in love. It was a strange and powerful feeling. She wasn't falling for a face, a voice, or a physical presence. She was falling for a mind, a heart, a soul conveyed purely through ink on paper. Every carefully chosen comma, every heartfelt confession made her heart ache with a beautiful, longing pain. This man, this A, felt more real to her than anyone she had ever met. Of course, the mystery was always there, a constant hum beneath the surface of their connection. Who was he? Where did he live? And why, out of everyone in the world, had fate chosen to connect them in this beautifully archaic way? Her mind would wander, trying to paint a picture of him. She imagined his face in countless ways. Sometimes she pictured him with a gentle, kind smile. Other times, his features were stern, thoughtful, hinting at the depth of his past. Sometimes he was shy, his eyes downcast, just like the hesitant tone in some of his letters. Each new letter added another layer to the man she was building in her mind. A man who was perfect in his imperfections, someone she loved more deeply than she had ever thought possible. But the mystery wasn't just romantic, it was unsettling. A creeping unease began to wind its way into her heart. Was he even real? Was this all just an elaborate game? And the biggest question of all, would she ever get to meet him? If she did, would the real person live up to the image she had so carefully constructed in her heart? The thought was terrifying. The fantasy was safe, perfect. Reality could shatter it all. Then, one morning, the unthinkable happened. She opened a door, and there was nothing, no letter. Her heart sank, but she told herself he was just busy. But the next day was the same. And the day after that, a week passed in agonizing silence. Then, too, panic began to mix with a profound, gut-wrenching heartbreak. Had she said something wrong in her last letter? Had he found someone else? Or had he simply abandoned her, tired of their faceless romance? Amelia felt lost. She searched for answers, rereading every single letter he had ever sent, poring over every word, every phrase, hoping to find a clue, a hint, anything that might explain his sudden disappearance. But there was nothing. He had vanished as mysteriously as he had appeared, leaving behind only a box of letters and a heart full of questions. Years passed. The sharp pain of his absence slowly faded into a dull, persistent agony. Amelia moved on with her life, but the memory of A was always there, tucked away in a quiet corner of her mind. And one day, as she sat looking out her window on another rainy evening, she had a profound realization. A The man she had imagined, the man she had fallen in love with, had never truly existed. He was a collage of words and dreams, but the impact he had on her was undeniably real. He had taught her how to love without reservation, how to trust another person with her most fragile thoughts, and how to open her heart without the fear of being seen. Every letter he wrote had been a lesson. He taught her about intimacy, about the beauty of patience, and about the incredible strength found in vulnerability. Through this person who wasn't real, she had discovered the most authentic, loving, and resilient parts of herself. He had been a catalyst for her own growth, a mirror reflecting the love she was capable of giving. Amelia kept all the letters in a small, wooden box. Sometimes, on lonely nights, she would take them out and read a few. A soft smile would touch her lips. She no longer felt the pain of his loss, but a quiet gratitude. It never had a face, he never had a voice, but he had left an indelible imprint on her soul, a mark more profound than any real person ever had. And in the end, she understood. Love isn't always about possession or physical presence. Sometimes it's about the connection itself, about the quiet understanding that passes between two souls, and the beautiful, unexpected ways it can transform you. Does love need a face? Could you fall for a soul you be never seen? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching.